Today we're talking to Chris Roland. So Chris, where are you talking to us from?
Seville in the south of Spain at 11:30 at night.
Okay, yep. And so what kind of teaching do you do?
I'm a sort of all-terrain 4x4. I describe myself as. So I teach from children from 5 or 6 right up to adult classes. Today, for example, I started with 6-year-olds, moved on to intermediate teens, a class of upper intermediate teens, and then a young adult class of proficiency C2 level, who I finished just a little while ago.
Right. So the full range. Yeah. So that's interesting. So what are there any particular challenges at the moment that you're facing?
Yes, I think what's happened, especially with the small children and the teenagers, is that during the pandemic, when we started face-to-face classes again, we've all been working from a minimalist paradigm, minimal movement, spacing and stuff like that. And I think we've always suffered in classrooms with the default, paradigms of kind of not moving, limiting action so it's easy to control. But I think we've regressed a little bit now, and maybe the challenge is to put some movement back into the kids' classes, put some, and into the teenage classes, and to try and, go back to making it exciting in terms of manual activities, movement, space, use of space, etc.
And have you come up with any, particular new ideas for addressing these challenges?
I think we're working in sometimes areas of very small areas of freedom, and one of the solutions, everything that I'm reintroducing has to be, obviously we're still working with the, gel on the hands and, testing the kids' temperatures and stuff like that. But trying to create these small events not out of nothing, but where there isn't much, making a thing of it, as it were, and creating events or a sense of events as we go along the class or along the lesson.
Okay. And in this month's MET, you've written an article that was just wonderful. I really enjoyed it. So just really briefly, could you give our viewers a little taster of what it's about?
Yeah, I've called it events generating. Basically, and this is written for teachers of primary age children. It's that sense of event and wrapping language around it. So we have something, for example, you might have to go out and collect your students from a meeting point. Going out and collecting them, if you have to put gel on their hands, we're creating an event out of that. We might have 2 different flavored or scented gels, and they get to choose, blackberry or mint. Can I have mint, teacher? Yes, you can. And so we've suddenly, rather than just walking along the line going, we've created, a sense of event, something that's happened, and we have our script, we have our soundbite of language, which we've connected it to. And so, and the sort of type of lessons I'm doing now are we're rolling from one of these sort of mini events to the next all the way through. It's not quite a routine, and it's not a big activity, but it's just these small series of happenings with connected language.
Now, are these generated events planned or unplanned?
They are both planned, spontaneous, and kind of somewhere in between, improvised as well. So, for example, I have a box in the classroom which I've covered in yellow paper. I've cut a slot in it, and it looks like a Spanish post box. The children get their homework assignments in envelopes. They take them home, put them back in the envelope, and then they come in and I say, who wants to post their homework? It's like, teacher, can I post my homework? That's a whole class stage or event, which is completely planned. Whereas there might be little William that says, one day, can I be the supervisor? Can I be the class charge hand? And we think, I don't know. And then we have a class vote, which is a spontaneous thing reacting to William wanting to be, the teacher's assistant for that day. And then we, each child says, I think William could be the class monitor, or, I don't think William should be the class monitor. We put it to the vote. We're inserting our language there, and then we have the outcome. So that will be a fully improvised event as well. So a little of both, really.
Great. And just a last question to wrap things up. Can you tell us what you're really passionate about?
With teacher-related things, I think I don't know if it's a passion or as much a kind of addiction, but I really just enjoy coming up with ideas, being able to sit at a cafe or a bar and just, having the mental space on a day that's not too busy, just to think about an aspect of the classroom or an aspect of, theory in general, and connect ideas across, and coming up with, small turns on classroom, on things that we do in the classroom, and being able to trial them. I love that. So that's in the classroom. Outside the classroom, I like to grow chili peppers, and my stomach, as I get older, is getting increasingly sensitive to them, but I still enjoy cultivating them, making sauces, and various other chili-related products. Great.
It's been a real pleasure talking to you, Chris. Thank you. And I really recommend your article. It's fantastic.
Bless you. Thanks.